What's good, everybody? This is Generation 71 coming back to you with Let's Play some more Super Mario World for the SNES. Last time we ended up talking about a random topic, and to be honest, we only talked about that because I actually had people in the room while I was recording, and though as much as I like to say that I'm trying to open up to a lot of different people, the one major thing that I still have, I guess, if you call it a problem, if there is a problem, is that I can't really open up to family, because it's one of those things where, yeah, they're there for you and they kind of understand, but I mean, you also gotta think that, okay, so let's say if I talk about, my dad and situations that happen between me and him, and I was like, yeah, it's my perspective and he understands, or at least I would hope he would understand my perspective, but also he has his own perspective on what happened, and, I can't ask him to be like, oh, I feel this way, you feel this way, yada yada yada, and just cause unnecessary friction. I knew that was gonna happen. And my reaction time is really slow. I have no idea why. But yeah, so that's why that kind of topic came up, and yeah, now you know. But now, we're open to criticism. We actually don't need that, so I'm not even gonna do that. But everything's good, everything's flowing pretty well now. Today's topic, I'm not honestly sure what more we can talk about, because, I mean, we've gone through a lot of stuff already, a lot of the basic stuff. I mean, relationships, family issues, yada yada yada, future, past. I mean, the only, real ones, I mean, if you just start getting into the nitty gritty, I guess, I mean, it's like how, yeah, my dad's an alcoholic, has been out, in and out of jail for most of my life. He's recently made, a good kind of pact to himself, saying, hey, I'm not actually, I'm tired of that life, I don't want to do that anymore, which is good for him, but it's one of those things where he's made a lot of mistakes, and it's going to be a hell of a long ride to actually want to be able to get out of the situation that he's in now, so... but he's working for it, so that's always something you gotta condemn, you gotta commandeer, commemorate, I don't even know. You gotta just congratulate them and be like, hey, good job, actually wanting to get better, you know what I mean? So, my mom, yeah, she's gotten her life together for the most part. I mean, she got remarried, she does have my, half-brother, and, I mean, there's still little things that she still needs to work on. I think it was more of, and it's been kind of like that for most of her life, I think. I'm not gonna, straight up bash on her saying, oh, she was a lousy mom. I mean, I honestly thought she was a really good mom. I mean, she was there for the most part when I needed her. I mean, obviously she was there that, wasn't in and out of jail and was actually working to support us and all that. The thing about it is, though, she was ready to be a mom, but not for most of the time, and yeah, that's okay. I needed to go on the other one anyway, so I'll catch the halfway point there. She just wasn't necessarily ready to be a mom, and there's just some situations that she kind of encounters that she's not always ready for, especially with my little sister. Half-brother, it's a little bit different. There might be some times where it's like, yeah, why are you doing this type of thing, but I mean, for the most part, I think she's doing well, but my sister's still some situations there that are kind of iffy, but I mean, it's more of, nobody's a perfect parent. Nobody is a, parent of the year. I mean, they all try their best. We all try our best to do what we think is right. And, sometimes, we mess up kids, or, sometimes they do good with kids. So, I mean, that's all I could say, but I just really hope that she can kind of see things in a different light, and she can kind of... I probably should have ran for that one, damn. She can kind of just go about it that way and be like, hey, I'm gonna try to fix the little errors that have been there and there. But again, I honestly thought she was a good mom. I mean, just growing up, I mean, she went through her divorce, obviously, and she had to get all that out of her system, so that's how I kind of grew up really quickly to actually be there for my sister. Because even though, my grandma was there and my uncle, but my uncle didn't really count for the most part. My grandma was there. I mean, she was still in that time where she was actually dealing with her own stuff too, where she, she was sick. I think she had gone into an accident at work, so she couldn't actually move as much. So I had to, watch my sister for the most part. And it was a good experience because I did learn how to be somewhat responsible. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I mean, that was also a time where I was going through my stuff. I mean, obviously, you know, because I was going through a divorce too, technically, if you want to go with it, like, if you want to say that. And I, you know, had my rebellious phase, and, you know, not a lot of people, honestly, in my family know exactly everything that I've done, and I probably won't talk about most of it, to be honest, unless it's somebody like a really good friend. But yeah, I had my rebellious phase. I did a lot of stuff maybe shouldn't have done, you know. But that's why I guess that's what started the whole thing of how, again, I've had serious relationships and I've only, you know, slept with 2 women. Sorry, I had to think about that. I've only slept with 2 women, but the thing about that is doesn't necessarily mean I haven't done other things with other women. And, well, okay, I can't really say they're women because most of them were girls. Some, I say mature women, I'd have to say that. Most of them were girls, and, I'm an idiot. And this one's actually going to be kind of tough. I'll take that hit. I will take that hit. But yeah, most of them were girls because, I mean, obviously I was a boy at the time. I never considered myself a man or a guy at that time. I was just a boy, just kind of getting through the divorce in the only way I knew possible. So, but yeah, I don't regret it though, for the most part. I mean, I felt like I had a lot of good times. I had learning experiences, and that's what you want to take any situation as, kind of learning experiences. Okay, this one's gonna be kind of tough. Whew. Okay, this one's gonna be tougher. Haha! I win! Sweet. And then guess who's back? The rhinos that Pete is gonna attack us for. Watcha! Yeah, I'm too Watashima for you. You know, that only happens in my nightmares. This is like the easiest boss you can face, and the fact that you can actually die to him just by the freaking lava, it makes me sad. Especially how good I was doing too. I went through the whole castle. Sure, I had some, you know, some minor inflictions, but it wasn't that bad. But I mean, yeah, that's mainly the nitty-gritty of it. I mean, now, just after that, there's certain stories that I could tell, but I really don't think people want to hear those stories for the most part. I mean, you know, fights, parties, how one time I actually woke up in a dumpster with a pumpkin on. You know, there's just little things like that that can still be added, but doesn't necessarily means it needs to be added. I know this is kind of a series about me, but it's just one of those things, like, how to describe it. Oh, okay. It's like, and I've made this kind of a association with it a couple of times before. It's like when, you know, people turn 21 for the first time, or even not even 21, just you know, they're underage and they get all excited when they get to do something they're not supposed to be doing because they're not of age yet. And they get all excited about it, and then they just start bragging like, dude, you know, we had this, that, this, and that, and this, and that. And I don't know, it's just the way they say it, because it's not like adults don't say it either, but adults have a different way of saying it where it doesn't just sound as, I guess, stupid. Because, I mean, when kids and, like, 21-year-olds, they just, it's like, I don't know, they're talking about how, my god, I got so wasted, and, you know, I had this to drink, and then I chugged this down, and I like how Mario's praying, that's why I actually like staring up, you know, during the boss fights, whatever. But, yeah, and then also, just to let you know, this is actually a shortcut to the end of the game, essentially, because with this you can actually just skip most of Bowser's castle and go straight to, like, the last part. I guess technically there's 3 parts of the castle, this goes straight to the 3rd part, but we're not gonna cheat because we're not cheaters, so yeah, it's sort of cheat. But yeah, just the way they say it, it's just, it comes off like that. And that's why I don't necessarily like always going over and be like, yeah, certain stories, a certain way I've done things or experiences, just because sometimes I feel that the way I would probably come off is exactly like that. I want to see where this goes down. Sweet. Exactly like that. Just the fact that I'd be, like, almost bragging about it because I'm immature and it's never happened before. Let's see how far I can get. Oh, yeah! I am a boss. Honestly, this is the only castle that gives me trouble, just because I don't remember it for the most part. Lead me. Oh, and this is the one with the stupid secret exit. And if we can't, I don't think there is actually a... I can't wall jump in this. There's no, whatever it's called. And it's only, oh, even with that, no, I believe we need the secret exit. No, because the secret exit, I believe, also should lead us straight to the castle, so I don't need to show that off. I will show it off just because, again, it's one of those things where I was going to show off every single exit in this game, but it's not something that needs to be shown right away, because honestly, that's the worst exit in the game, because it's really glitchy. You have to get lucky. It's just stupid all around. Okay, let's see. Let's try not to die here. But what else was it? What was I gonna say? Blech. Let's see if I can get to the end. Yes. Aw, so close. I had it the first time. Hit this. That was pointless. But that's why I don't like to go over kind of like the stupider, like, you know, parties and conquests, because I just feel like it would come off as really immature and just doesn't need to be talked about. So, you went the wrong way. I'm gonna get nowhere near to where I need to be, so we'll see. But yeah, if that's what you're wondering, it's not that I don't want to share, because again, I do want to be open. I do want to be like, hey, you know, this is my life. You know, this is what I want to share with you guys. I wonder if that worked. Guess we'll find out. Yeah, other than that, there's not too many other secrets in the ghost house in this one. For the longest time, when I played this game when I was younger, I never actually thought that the ghost house looked like a house. I honestly thought it looked like a really awkwardly shaped chair. And like it was the throne of a king and he died, so that's why his ghost was there. That's what exactly I thought. Some of the things that runs through your head, I swear. Yep. Okay, for a second, I thought these were like jumping platforms like in Yoshi's Island. I'm not sure why I thought that either. One. Yeehaw! I'm a cowboy. Kind of reminds me of another game I used to play. It was the Toy Story game. That one used to make me sad just because it was actually a pretty hard game and I could never get past a certain point. To this day, I still don't think I've actually gotten past a certain point. It's I believe it's the crane level. So, I mean, it was true back in the day. Games used to be harder. Like, this was an exception. This is also... Oh, this is actually a good topic we could talk about. I think that's one of the many reasons why a lot of people like this game as well. Like, even though Mario statistically, I guess, wasn't, like... It's hard to explain. Like, was it necessarily... I knew I wasn't going to be able to jump that, or duck that. But I'm not even sure what I'm trying to say here anymore. So yeah, because I'd actually talked to my manager about the kind of like Mario craze. And first off, because it's just stuck in my mind right now, we're actually talking about kind of like the split between, you know, what was the better Mario? Was it Mario Bros. 3 or was it Super Mario World? I almost messed that up, brah. And it's crazy because apparently, like, the differential, like, even though it was 2%, really it beat it by 1% for the most part. Where Super Mario World was about 52%, whereas, or 51%, whereas with Super Mario Bros. 3 was at that other percent, 49%. I had to do the math real quick. Yeah, that's what I need to do. And it's crazy to think that it beat it by such slim. And to be honest, both games are great. And I think the only reason why Super Mario World pretty much beat out Super Mario Bros. It's because, I mean, the generation gap and how, you know, this was built for the Super Nintendo and not the regular Nintendo, and how at that time that's when video games were starting to get a little bit more popular. So it's crazy to think that, you know, those games had so much competition with each other and how it came down to the wire for the most part. Because honestly, like, both games are great. I mean, I love them both. I mean, I just love this a little bit more because, again, it's a game that I grew up with. Don't need to go that way. Yeah, it's a game I grew up with. It's a game that I learned to love and still be able to come back and play every now and then. I mean, yeah, eventually, like, granted, yeah, after a certain point... I'm an idiot. After a certain point, I'm an idiot. And actually, we're going to cut it there for now, guys. So, next time on Super Mario World, we'll go ahead and not be an idiot. So, stay tuned. This has been Generation 71, and we'll catch you guys later.